You don't have any more distractions. You destroy those distractions. And when you destroy those distractions, now you're sitting on the throne to create dominion. Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Martin Williams. I help purpose-driven leaders discover, develop, and deploy their divine assignment so that they can reign in life without losing themselves. When you find that territory, everything aligns. Peace, prosperity, productivity, everything comes into the right place and the right focus. The next thing we really need to think about as we start talking about territory, where is your ground? How to recognize your field. How to recognize where you're supposed to be working. You're supposed to be working in this field. And it's great to work in someone else's field. That might give you experience. It might give you exposure. But at the end of the day, you have to find your own field. And the earlier you do it, the better off your life will be. The more money you will accumulate, the more notoriety, the more power, the more expertise comes as you discover early and recognize early and celebrate early what your field is. That's where life changes. Life changes in that world when you recognize your field, right? Go ahead and remind yourself that you want to recognize your field early. You want to recognize it very early at a young age, right? Because your field is the place where your voice carries weight and your efforts multiply. You could come and work for me. You could go and work for someone else, and you could get better and better and better, get a raise after raise after raise, get better appointments, better titles as you're working there. But whose field is it? Is it your field or does it belong to someone else? You might be getting raises, but whoever field you're in, you're actually multiplying their efforts. And I just believe that even if you work, I tell people the mindset has to be, I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm not going to start a business or start a company. I'm going to work in someone else's company. I call that intrapreneurs. I work inside of another company. However, I don't work for that company. I work for myself inside that company. I work for myself and I work with this company. I'm loyal, I'm excellent. I do everything above board, but I'm really working for myself and I'm working with you. What does that say? That says to everyone, including me, that I work on my own field. Me, I am the field. I don't work for anybody, I work with them. And because I work with them, I'm going to be the best employee they have because I really work for me. I work for my own integrity, my own power, my own namesake, my own legacy, and I own my own integrity. So you don't have to worry about me stealing anything, doing anything in the company that I'm not supposed to do because I am my field. You should write that down and remind yourself all of the time. See, your field is the place where your voice carries weight and your efforts multiply. So even if you're multiplying something in someone else's field, you're also multiplying yourself. Here's a great example. I love sports. And when Serena Williams, when she starts thinking about herself, she works on herself. She did not try to dominate every sport. She ruled tennis. Could she have played other sports? Amazing athlete, so athletic. But she decided, and maybe her father helped her. This makes sense, right? Her father helped her decide where her field would be. He said to his daughters, you're going to do this, Zena. You're going to be this kind of athlete. And Serena, you're going to be this kind of athlete. And he raised them to understand their field and how to dominate that field, escalate in that field. So for 27 years, she mastered her field of tennis. She studied all the angles. She studied all of her opponents. She even studied her own weaknesses. She knew what her weaknesses were. She knew how to strengthen some weaknesses, but more than anything, she learned how to strengthen her attributes, what she was really good at, that caused her to win over and over and over and over again for over 20 years. See, her dominance came from devotion to one domain, tennis. One domain, tennis. Let me ask you, what is your one domain? My one domain is people development, personal development. My one thing I do is I develop everybody around me. Everybody around me, I keep thinking, Martin, how can you get better at making better people better? Now, that may not make sense to you, but if I'm training on this level and I'm making people better on that level, I have to be thinking, how can I make people on this level better? I got to get better. How can I train and develop people on this level? I have to get better. So as long as I stay in this field of personal people development, become the Dreamkeeper and Kingmakers, then I get better over time. I can help higher level of people. I can make more money. I can answer problems in the world at a higher level. And I'm committed to that in my life. I know my field. Tennis is not my field, but I can develop the person who's playing tennis. Get it? Business may not be my field, but I can make the person in business do better and better and better. That's my kingship. Again, I keep this around. That's my crown. That's the crown I have on my head. That's the throne I sit on. And you can't get me to leave, because I know exactly why I'm here on this earth. I know exactly why I'm here and what I need to be doing. So that's what I'm saying. When you get to this place, your field is where your gifts feel effortless. You're just having an amazing time doing what you do, being who you are in every situation you go to. You know your field. And now you can enjoy other people who are in a different field. You can clap and celebrate for them because they do amazing things that you never want to do. You're so comfortable being you that you're not mad at, jealous about, or trying to bring someone else down, because you're up in your own field and your results begin to compound. They start stacking on top of one another. The level of people you can help, the level of money you can make, and the level of problems you can solve, because you're in the right place, doing the right thing. I'm telling you, there's nothing like living that kind of life. I want you to live that kind of life, because you don't need to be everywhere. Get that out of your mind. I have coached lots of people who are trying to be all over the place, doing a bunch of stuff. But I say to them, I can double everything you're doing in 6 months to 12 months if you'll just find where you belong. And it automatically happens every time. You want to 10x your life? I can show you how to do that by just finding your field, getting in that field, staying there, and finding your niche in that field. Mastery starts right there where you are right now. But when you get into mastery, now you've created momentum. You're focused on mastering that one thing. And once you get into momentum, all the distractions they're destroyed. You don't have any more distractions. You destroy those distractions. And when you destroy those distractions, now you're sitting on the throne to create dominion. You're comfortable in the seat. You're comfortable in the position, and you know that in this position you can build amazing things or people. You're comfortable there. It's your throne. It fits. It's the throne was built exactly for you. Do you feel that way yet? I want to make sure you get there. So when you're in your field, work feels like almost like a hobby, almost like worship, almost like being at an amazing concert, almost like being on vacation. It doesn't feel like work to you. It's your field. You're built for it. So you lose track of time. When you're outside of it, however, everything feels like it's drudgery. It's so long. It's forced. You have to make. So when you come home from work, do you have to take a nap? Do you have to re-energize and pull yourself together for the rest of the evening so that you can work on you? It means you're not in the right field. Even if you're working with someone else in their field, you should still be energized there because you should be doing what you're actually good at. Here's what I want you to do. Write down 3 places or areas where you feel the flow, where the energy comes out of you, where there's opportunity, where the real you stands up and favor keeps showing up for you there. Write down those 3 places. 3 places. Where are you when you're doing it, and what are you doing when you're there? Opportunity, favor is happening. Can you write them down right now, right quick? If not, do it after you watch this video. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to realize that's your field. Well, I don't know how to describe. That's your field. Well, I don't see it out there. There's no job descriptions when I go to LinkedIn. That's your field. Protect it, because that's where you're the most comfortable. That's where you belong. And I'm telling you right now, your grace won't work outside of your ground. Your grace is not going to work, not like that. Your grace is not going to work outside of your ground. You have to pay attention. So you know what I'm going to ask you to do. At the end of this particular section, I want you to go in the comments right now and tell us what your ground is. Tell us what your place is. Tell us where you belong. Show us where you're really called. What is the name of it? Recognize your field. Serena Williams did. What is your field of where you want to be the expert? We want to know. And most of all, we want you to know, right? Write it down. Let us know. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and subscribe and watch the next video.